For more on this, I want to welcome a New York Congressman and member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Congressman Michael Lawler. Mike, great to see you. I want to get your reaction to the attack on Saturday and how you think Israel should play this now moving forward.
Well, obviously, this is the first direct attack by Iran after years of using its proxies to try and eradicate the state of Israel, funding Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis. And when you look at where they are getting the funding from, it is the illicit Iranian oil trade. It's why I passed the SHIP Act through the House last November, a bill I introduced with Jared Moskowitz of Florida. It's why today we're going to pass the Iran-China Energy Sanctions Act, a companion bill I introduced to go after the financial institutions in China, which are, allowing for the illicit oil trade between Iran and China. China is the greatest purchaser of Iranian petroleum, $88 billion in increased Iranian petroleum sales since Joe Biden took office. This administration has been disastrously weak in taking on Iran. It's why Iran has been able to fund all of this terror, either through proxy or now directly. And the United States must stand shoulder to shoulder with Israel. I think the president's comments to Prime Minister Netanyahu are deeply disturbing. The fact is, Iran will not stop. They want to eradicate the state of Israel, and they want to undermine, along with China and Russia, the United States. And we need to recognize the threats that we're facing around the globe.
Congressman, are you surprised that we haven't heard from the president? We heard from the former president, Donald Trump, on Saturday night, but we have not heard anything from President Biden.
I think, again, it shows weakness on the world stage. We are the leader of the free world. The president of the United States is the most powerful position in the world. And the world, the free world, expects the president of the United States to lead. And at a time of global unrest, at a time that the world is frankly a tinderbox, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the terrorist attack on Israel, now Iran directly bombing Israel, China threatening Taiwan in the Indo-Pacific. These are grave threats that seek to destabilize and undermine the free world.
Yeah.
Our president should be leading, and the fact that he is not is really disturbing.
Joe Biden gets the easiest parts of being president wrong, which is just so bizarre. This is a moment for him to be presidential 7 months away from Election Day. I don't know why we haven't heard from the president. Joe Biden hasn't said a word yet. On Friday, he said don't. And as we all saw Saturday, Iran certainly did. I want to go back to 2018 and a tweet from Donald Trump to the president of Iran. This is a quote: "Never, ever threaten the United States again, or you will suffer consequences the likes of which few throughout history have ever suffered before. We are no longer a country that will stand for your demented words of violence and death. Be cautious." And Congressman, as you well know, Iran was cautious. They did nothing during the Trump years. To me, that is peace through strength. With Biden, it's weakness through weakness. What do you make of that?
No question. Look, peace through strength should always be the policy of the United States. And under this president, we have seen one foreign policy disaster after the next, starting with the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. That emboldened Vladimir Putin to invade Ukraine because he saw weakness. He saw a lack of resolve. He saw a lack of strategic thinking on the part of the United States. When you see Joe Biden lifting sanctions on Iran, not enforcing the sanctions of President Trump's administration, Iranian oil sales going up $88 billion, using those funds to fund Hamas, to fund Hezbollah, to fund the Houthis. The attack on October 7th, the terrorist attack. You see the threats in the Indo-Pacific from China against Taiwan. 60% of international trade goes through the Strait of Taiwan. 95% of the world's advanced semiconductors are manufactured on the island of Taiwan. This is not just about Taiwan or Ukraine or Israel. It is about global peace and security and our economic well-being. And the president has failed at every turn to stand up and speak very clearly and forcefully and make it clear to Iran, to Russia, to China, that we will not tolerate their warmongering on the world stage.
All right. Congressman Mike Lawler, we appreciate you being with us this morning. Thank you.